Everybody, you're very welcome along to today's watch along. It is finally England's turn. England's taking on Croatia, a rematch of that World Cup semi-final. The team news is in, ladies and gentlemen, and I suppose the big news from an England perspective is Jack Grealish doesn't start. Gareth Southgate has gone with Mason Mount. It's a big call. Let's see if it's the right call. I'm baffled, I have to say. For me, Jack Grealish should be starting in any England team, but there you are. Let me know your thoughts, England fans out there, any Croatia fans in the chat as well. Let me know your thoughts on the game ahead. As always, ladies and gentlemen, this game has been brought to you with thanks to our sponsors, Boyle Sports. If you're going to have a little punt on the game, don't forget about Boyle Sports' fantastic offer, which I will bring up on screen for you now. €10, £10, no lose bet on any England game. England, any tenner, or excuse me, put a tenner on any single. If it doesn't come up, Boyle Sports will refund your bet your tenner max. England games right throughout the tournament. All bets will be refunded as a free bet if it doesn't come up on any single on the Boyle Sports app. There you go. Stevie G fronting the campaign as well. Your no-lose tenner is back. The famous Boyle Sports offer. Ready for the Euros. How are we? Craig is my sugar daddy. Don't tell Sabrina. Mate, if I was your sugar daddy, you would be one disappointed person. Trust me. I mean, there's not much sugar here. I can promise you. England are getting destroyed, said Caleb. Is coming home, says Jacob. Is it coming home? What's your prediction, Craig? I think 2-0 England. That's my prediction. 2-0 England and a penalty in the game. There you go. There's my prediction for you. We're literally just going to play for the draw, said somebody else. You did a great couple of streams on That's Football. Thank you, mate. I'll be back on there at 8 o'clock to do the Netherlands game with Mark later on. Shocking starting 11. Right, let me run through the starting 11 for those of you guys who don't know what the starting 11s are. Jordan Pickford starts in goal for England. Then it's Kyle Walker, John Stones, Tyrone Mings, and Kieran Trippier gets the nod at left back. Calvin Phillips and Declan Rice are the two holding midfielders. Then it's Raheem Sterling, Mason Mount, Phil Foden, and Harry Kane. For Croatia, it's Livakovic, Vrslakio, Vida, Kalejnikar, Gvardiol, I think it is. I don't know how I'm supposed to pronounce that one. Brozovic, Kramerovic, Modric, Kovacic, Ivan Perisic, and Ante Rebic, excuse me. There's some names that I'm glad I don't have to pronounce on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis even, folks. Grealish is on the bench, mate. On the bench. Don't ask me about Eriksen yesterday, please. I've already been through this enough yesterday. I was doing a live watch along of the game at the time when it happened. I don't want to have to relive it. Thank you very much. It was a very, very sad situation, but the most important thing is that he's in hospital getting the care and attention that he needs, which is always the most important thing. Hello to everybody. I want your thoughts on the England starting 11, folks. I want your predictions on the game. And don't forget, if you are going to have a little flutter on the game, get over to Boyle Sports. They've got their €10, £10 no-lose offer on all the England games. Stick a tenner on any single. If it doesn't come up, Boyle Sports will give you your tenner back as a free bet. Craig, what app do you use for the lineups? I don't use an app. I use a Connor. Get yourself a Connor. That's all you need, Charlie, is a Connor. And then you're all good to go. Spot on pronunciations. I mean, if there's something I'm known for, Connor, it is my cultured pronunciations. It's like listening to a local, isn't it? From whatever country they're in, who's very, very drunk and does never probably spoken before. But it's still a local nonetheless. Jody's going for a 3-1 win for Croatia. Sancho isn't even on the bench. That's shocking. So the bench for England is as follows: Luke Shaw, Jack Grealish, Jordan Henderson, Marcus Rashford, Dean Henderson, Connor Cody, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Ben White, Sam Johnston, Reece James, Saka, and Bellingham. Choo-choo! Double choo-choo for Bellingham, by the way, for us Liverpool fans. It's 27 degrees. I mentioned that yesterday, Jacob, my man. I said, I wonder how the England players will cope with the heat. And I know that sounds really odd, but 27 degrees in London, it's a very, very, very hot time of day to be playing a game of football. So let's see how it affects both teams, or if it affects both teams. It won't affect Kieran Trippier. He'll be definitely acclimatised to this type of heat, having spent a season in Madrid. You doing the Netherlands games? Yes, I'll be doing the Netherlands game on That's Football with Mark Goldbridge later on, mate. So make sure to come across and watch that. It's going to be box office. It's the guy from Leeds, international class. Calvin Phillips is a very fine footballer, mate. Yes, genuinely he is. For that position that Gareth Southgate likes to use him in, very, very fine footballer. Don't underestimate him being from Leeds. Not that I'm saying that you are, Mick, but no, he is a good, fine footballer. Why did they play Trippier at left back instead of Luke Shaw or Ben Chilwell? look, there's a lot of these decisions with Gareth Southgate that will have a lot of people scratching their heads, ladies and gentlemen. And I agree. Luke Shaw, Ben Chilwell should absolutely be on the left side of that England defence, in my opinion. Depending on what way Gareth Southgate wants to use them, fair enough. But starting Trippier there ahead of Shaw and Chilwell, I don't get it either. But look, it's not my national side, so I'll leave it to the England fans to argue about that one. What's the minute in the game? It hasn't started yet, mate. Doesn't start for another 10 minutes, so don't worry. I've got a clock ready to go. What about Coman? What has Kingsley Coman got to do with the English national team? I think getting a bit confused there, Bob, mate. I did watch the UFC last night. Yeah, Brady, I did. I was up late watching it. The Adesanya fight was just so boring, to be honest with you. Compared to the Nate Diaz fight was class. That was really, really good. As was the Figueiredo fight again. I mean, he lost his title, but it was a great fight. Your business selling spare parts for Matip is doing great. Good man. You're going to be able to raise enough money to buy some Mbappe. Well done. I mean, I love a bit of entrepreneurship. Oh, there was Liverpool links with Coleman this morning. That's what it was about. Sorry, mate. You're going to have to be more specific. I haven't even one cup of coffee into the day yet, buddy. Sorry. Go on to the Anfield Agenda Instagram account and everything is covered on there with regards to that link to Coleman. Connor doesn't miss any of the transfer stuff. Post it all up there and get over to the Anfield Agenda Twitter account as well. Yeah, it should be a good atmosphere though. One of the best things about this tournament is going to be just seeing fans back in and getting us ready for the new season ahead as well. Diaz was class and so was Moreno. My favourite is Izzy Adesanya, but it was a bit boring, I agree. Apart from the arse tickle, Ben. You know, we did try to grab his arse, which was quite weird and funny at the same time. But yeah, the Diaz fight was great, wasn't it? He had him wobbled right at the end. I thought Nate was going to close the show, but it was a great fight, really was. You always get your value when Nate Diaz steps into the octagon, don't you? I'm from Wales, so I want Croatia to win. Says me name's Liam. How are you, Liam? Hope you're well. You went to the USV. You jammy git, Chris. You lucky man. That was class, mate. Well in. I mean, yeah, I was watching it last night and it was great. But you went to it. I'm very jealous, mate. Very jealous. Who will score? Says Charlie. Look, it's got to be Kane, doesn't it? I mean, I think if anyone has a little flutter on today's game, I mean, my 10 euro no lose offer was around Kane. So yeah. The one I put on with Boyle Sports, and that offer is still there. You've still got 8 minutes, folks. If you haven't put a little bet on, if you want a little flutter on the game. The famous, look at that, Stevie G fronting the campaign for Boyle as well. €10, £10, no lose bet. England versus Croatia. Free bet refunded if your bet loses on any market in the England versus Croatia game. Maximum stake a tenner, of course, to be refunded a tenner. You can put on what you want, but the maximum free bet will be a tenner. And they will be doing that for every England game throughout the tournament as well. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, I urge you, if you are having a little bet, always gamble responsibly. Never bet what you can't afford to lose. And when the fun stops, stop. Never bet when you're angry. And that's a really important one, actually, because chasing is the worst thing you can do if you're having a bet. Trust me. Any more news on Dakar to Liverpool? No, not at the minute, mate. Not at the minute. Puskas is a godsend. Gonna predict a 2-1 England win. Sorry, so my phone's lighting up here. Loads of stuff happening. Sorry, I just gotta quickly reply to this. Important stuff. I woke up this morning, right, and I think it's probably because I went to bed last night, and one of the last things I seen was John Barnes on his show singing. They were showing his "You got to hold and give," and I was it's in my head. I can't get it out of my head. It's got nothing to do with Ireland, and it's still stuck in my head. So thanks for that, Mr. Barnes. Thanks for sticking that one in my head. Respect Kiar, please. I don't know what are you on about? What the fuck are you on about? Nobody's disrespected anybody, so who's saying respect Kiar, please? Nobody's disrespected anybody, mate. Simon Kiar and Kasper Schmeichel were absolute superstars yesterday in the way they dealt with that situation. They were leaders par excellence, and you are right, they need to be saluted, but nobody's disrespecting them, mate, so don't be going on the defensive. Simon Kjaer and Kasper Schmeichel were absolutely wonderful, as was Anthony Taylor in that game yesterday as well. Everybody involved deserves a massive round of applause, because everything was dealt with as good as can be. The only people that let it down, I think, were the BBC, but look, that's for another day. Love you too, Daniel. Love you too. We've got a Croatia fan in the house. How are you, buddy? Franjo, I'm Irish, mate, so you won't offend me if you have a little pop at England, buddy. You do you. You do you. How can Southgate choose Sterling above Grealish or Rashford? I think we all know the reasons why. Because Gareth Southgate, in my opinion, has his favourites and isn't doing this off form. He couldn't be. Because Grealish has been sensational. Absolutely sensational. So I don't understand as well. Shouldn't this be on Mundo Sport? Oh, look, we are doing what our sponsors ask us to do, mate. You know, we are team players. So bigger audiences on this channel with regards to numbers and stuff. But I agree. I mean, our thought initially was to say, let's put the games on Mundo Sport, though. But, you know, we are working with commercial partners on these things, so we have to respect what they'd like us to do as well. How can Southgate shoot? We've already done that one, Bob. Liz, good morning to you. Well, look, it is morning for me, Liz, in that, you know me, I'm only out of bed, but it's actual AM for you. So, great to see you up. I hope you're well. Did I hear the cameraman at the Denmark match got sacked for filming Eriksen? I didn't hear it, but it wasn't great form. Let's put it that. But look, let's not concentrate around any negatives yesterday. The most important news for everybody is that Christian Eriksen is in hospital recovering, and sent even a message into the Inter Milan WhatsApp group last night. So that's the good news. That's the most important thing, is that Christian Eriksen is in hospital, he's recovering. Everything else will be sorted out when the dust settles. That's the most important thing. So is it coming home or not? Do you know what I mean, folks? I'm asking you, because obviously for us it ain't coming home. But for you England fans out there, is it coming home? Do you have the belief? Will today tell you a little something? Is there revenge on your mind after the World Cup? What have we got? Let's concentrate on football. There you go, Roy. I agree with you. Well done, Mr. Keno. Keno never mincing his words. Well played. Craig, are you on with Mark later for the Holland game? I am indeed, mate. And I'll tell you what, I very rarely get excited about stuff, but I'm looking forward to that, because I think it's something that I've always thought would be a good fit. Me and Mark doing co-hosting stuff together, and let's see how it gets on. I'm looking forward to it though. There we go. It's gaming. Jay said it's coming home. Ott's coming home. You got you on the L. You were done over there, mate, by the L I instead of the O, the O instead of the I. But it happens to the best of us, mate. Happens to the best of us. As an England fan, no, said Patrick. Won't get past Portugal, Germany or France. I'm not confident Southgate with this 11 or with Southgate as manager. The only thing that's never coming home is the insides of my rubbish bin, says Rod. There you go, Rod. There you go. Unfortunately, my missus comes home every day, Rod. Do you know what I mean? I keep sitting at home at the window like a dog going, is she not coming home? Is she not coming home? And then I hear the blaring as the car comes in. I can hear her for half a mile away. I don't know how she listens to music that loud in the car, folks. But there you are. She's a better person than me. Right, we're about to get underway here, ladies and gentlemen. England about to kick off their Euro 2020 campaign. I know it's 2021, but technically that's the correct name of the tournament, isn't it? So, right, got to get the clock ready. We've got the scoreboards ready. Give me your predictions, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go for a 2-0 home win for this one. So, let me know what your thoughts are around the game. And I still have that John Barnes World in Motion song in my head. It just won't leave my head. Referee from Italy today, by the way, for those of you that care about that sort of thing, where referees are from and all that sort of jazz. Rod wants to be my dog. Rod, you've disappointed me, mate. It's probably midnight over there, I know, but no croissant and coffee emojis, mate. I know it's probably really late over there and all, but you know, for me it's morning time. I've got a cup of coffee here beside me. Croatia, hopefully, said Mr. Keno. I'd say 2-1 to the Croats. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and drop a like in the video as well, folks. Look, I know everybody and their dog and their dog's dog and their auntie's dog and their mate's dog are covering this game. So, I appreciate you being with me, Johnny Irishman here, for the game. But look, we are ready. It is a massive one, this, for England. get their tournament off to a good start, perhaps. I'm all over that Phil Foden haircut, by the way. I know he's a City player, but he gets massive props from me for going for the full-on Gaza look. Fair play to him. He deserves to go in the tournament just for that magnificent hair colour alone. 1-1 and to be bored, said Mick Wall. If Trent was there, 4-0. Modric looks hungry. He was very interesting in the press conference. It feels like the English media are sleeping on Croatia a little bit in this tournament, and that they think that England are just got a steamroller them. So I think that they might be out there to try and prove a point as well. K-Dot. Right, players just taking a knee before we get underway, and then we will be starting the game, ladies and gentlemen. So, kick back, relax, and let me take you through the game as always. It's so warm in my living room. My God, I could do one of those Dyson Airblade things. We are on the way. Officially, England's campaign is off. Ball goes back and they do the decent thing and launch the ball long out left-hand side looking for Sir Harold of Tottenham. But it goes out and it will be a throw into Croatia. I mean, how... Oh yeah, loving it. Is loving even starting actually? I forgot to even pay too much attention to that one. No, they aren't starting the world's best central defender. I mean, Croatia in for an awful time now, obviously. With the world's best central defender, self-proclaimed, by the way, in Dejan isn't starting. But England have it now with Sterling left-hand side. Back Trippier to Mings. Across to John Stones. Stones had an excellent campaign actually with Manchester City, as of course did Ruben Diaz, who did get all the plaudits, and rightly so. He had a very good campaign. Back with Jordan Pickford now. Interesting decision to go with no baseball cap there from Pickford. I would have thought the sun would have been in his eyes, but he's launched it long with his left peg downfield. Oh, England still have it now. A little bit disjointed here at the start. I mean, it's often the case. It takes it national teams 10-15 minutes to warm into their first games in tournaments usually. And then we see the class start to shine through. England have it again back inside. What do we think to the whole Calvin Phillips and Rice thing, or any two holding midfielders for Gareth Southgate? Do you think it's overkill? Do you think it's I think it's too defensive. It seems like he goes into every tournament and not looking to use the attacking talent that he has, and he's a lot of it, to be honest with you. So I always think he's a bit overly cautious as a manager, but that's just my take on it. Trippier again now with the ball left side for England. Ball to the centre to Raheem Sterling. Good footwork from Sterling. Manages to free up a yard of space. Back to Phillips. To John Stones. Out right hand side now for England. Raheem Sterling dispossessed. Croatia tried counter-attack quickly, but it was a free kick. He did have his ankles clipped. Why isn't Sancho being picked? Seriously should be starting. Joel, the interesting thing, mate, is he's not even on the bench. That's the really interesting part today, my man. And I don't know if it's because he's got a cold, a flu, an injury, a strain, I don't know. But him not being even on the bench is certainly very strange indeed. How do you build another national anthem poor class? Jay and Barker, mate, I don't know what happened. I watched the games in silence because of, copyright issues and stuff, so I didn't hear anything. So you'll have to let me know what happened, mate, because I haven't got a clue. I have to listen to the games in silence because of the copyright rules on YouTube and all. Do I know what happened to Eriksen? Mate, I don't want to talk about Christian Eriksen today. I just, let him focus on his recovery. That's the main thing, is that he's in hospital, he's in the right place, and he's surrounded by the best people, and we wish him a speedy recovery, but just let him focus on that now. We don't need to keep bringing it up over and over again. Leave him be with his family and the doctors, and let's get him back to full health. That's the most important thing. Right, Croatia now on the attack down this left-hand side. Looking to get a ball into the box, but it goes back. Nice little bit of interplay. Luka Modric bursts into the penalty area. What's the ref bringing this back for? He's saying a handball. I think he's saying Modric used the hand there on the way through. So it will be a free kick to England. Oh, it hit the referee. That's what it was. Sorry. It hit the ref. That's what it was. I didn't know what the ref was signalling, but it came off the referee, folks. You know, so it will be a drop ball. Sancho wasn't put in the squad because he can only have 20. Yeah, even at that though, Mark. Even if you can only have 23, surely you got to have an attacking option like Sancho on the bench. It just, again, further speaks to Southgate's mindset. You know, there's only 11 men on the pitch, so 12 subs on the bench. You'd imagine that he should have been one of them. Copyright ruins everything. It is, yeah, it's difficult at times, buddy. I won't lie to you, but look, I understand it. Of course I do. These people pay a lot of money for the games and stuff. Here we go. Raheem Sterling now has a bit of open pitch in front of him. Plays it in to Foden. Foden. England have hit the post. England have hit the post, ladies and gentlemen. Phil Foden's first sniff at goal. Cuts inside onto his left boot. Fires a strike and it comes out off the inside of the post, and Croatia breathe a little bit easier. First big chance of the game there, and England cut Croatia open rather easily. Raheem Sterling lays the ball off to Foden. Foden cuts in onto his left boot, has a strike, rattles off the post. Interesting stuff. Good start this from the English. No, Trent isn't on the bench, Mick. He's not. He's injured. He's yeah, he's injured. He's at home. Well, I won't say what's going through my head, mate, but he's at home with his lady friend, shall we say, chilling, relaxing, maybe on holidays at this point. I don't know. I was going to use a bit more of a crude phrase, but you know it's still early in the day, so we'll hang off on that. Ball goes all the way through to Jordan Pickford now. Bright start this from England. I mean, they've shown early doors there that they can get at this Croatia team. It was, as I said, it was a good bit of build-up play, and it was the width of a post away from England taking the lead. Again, ball over the top. Raheem Sterling can't quite get on the end of it, but they're showing that they know what they're about here, England, and they know what the system is. But that was, again, the field opened up in front of Raheem Sterling. It was a nice ball into Foden, cuts onto his left foot. He couldn't have done much more. He's very unlucky that didn't actually come off the inside of the post and find its way into the net. Ooh, I'd say even half an inch and that would have hit the inside of the post and just rattled around the goal. But unfortunately for him, it came back out. If only Origi played for England. If only, mate. If only. They have to make do with Harry Kane instead of Sir Divock, though. Free kick here. Centre of the pitch. Referee letting it be known he's taking no crap during the game early doors. Tyrone Mings now out left-hand side to Kieran Trippier. He goes long again. Mason Mount now drifts into space on this left-hand side. Does well, Mason Mount. Holds the ball up, looks for support. Sterling. Mount. Inside to Harry Kane. Oh, there's contact. He goes down. Sterling goes down again. Referee points for a corner. Now, the Sterling one, there was nothing in it. The first one, I'd like to see a replay of, but the second one, it was a good tackle on Sterling, and the ball goes behind for an England corner. Will we see the full choo-choo train? I think Sterling was just about onside there. The Croatian central, the guy central for Croatia to me looked like he was just about playing Sterling on, but the ball goes behind for England's first corner of the tournament. How are they going to line up for this one? We know England were very good from set pieces in the last World Cup. Mason Mount gives the signal. I don't know what the left hand up means, but it is the signal. Goes deep. Mings loses out aerially. Ball drops to the edge of the box. Good strike. And it was, I don't know if the keeper saved it, if it was blocked. It was a good strike from the edge of the box from Calvin Phillips. England still in possession though. Rice to Tyrone Mings. Mings across right hand side. John Stones. To Kyle Walker. Bright start this. If you're an England fan, you've got to be happy with how you've started off here. Mason Mount now. Ball inside to Raheem Sterling. They go out wide. Phil Foden now. Foden Looks for support, rolls the ball back. Stones, he's under a little bit of pressure. Goes back to Kyle Walker. Back to John Stones again. Almost 10 minutes up here, folks. Still 0-0 so far, but England have hit the post via Phil Foden. England are looking strong, Joshua, yep. Still can't believe you put a right back at left back with Shaw and Chilwell, mate. Both of them. Either of them, I'm baffled, I have to say. I don't understand it, but then again, I don't understand a lot of the stuff Southgate does. Calvin Phillips now. That's good ball retention from him. That's well played by Phillips. He was under pressure there and he did well keep the ball for England. Stones now. Declan Rice wants it, but he rolls it across to Tyrone Mings. 10 minutes on the clock now. We've officially had the first 10 minutes of the England campaign. England 0, Croatia 0, but fair to say England are looking the far more likely. Phillips spreads the ball out right hand side looking for Kyle Walker. Walker forgets to control the ball and it goes out for a throw into Croatia. Would I have played Walker? At right back, I can certainly understand that decision far more than I can understand Trippier at left back. Just showing again this good strike from... That's great technique from Calvin Phillips. I mean, any youngster watching, that's how you get over the top of a ball, keep it down and make sure you get it on target. Exactly what Calvin Phillips did there. Watched it all the way, his knee over the ball, kept it down. You know, often you see those ballooned over the crossbar, but that was great technique from Phillips. Kane now on the rebound, plays it back out to Foden. Penalty area. Foden rolls it across a little bit too far left, but Mason Mount still has it. He gives it to Raheem Sterling. Sterling, back to Mount. Raheem Sterling. Ball inside, Croatia have it now as they look to spring an attack. It really has been all England, I have to say. They've lived up to the early hype, shall we say, and Croatia, they look all at sea at the minute. They look like they can't cope with England's movement. You got to hold and get... It's stuck in my head and I don't know why. That's the song I woke up with today. I think I've told you guys before. Every day I wake up with a song in my head and it's usually the most random thing and then I'm going around singing it all day. I feel like it's okay if I'm singing it a bit though, because it is John Barnes. Do you know what I mean? It's John Barnes. It is. I know I'm in Ireland and Ireland's not supposed to be warm, folks, but Toshe Rote. Whew. A little bit of Irish there for you, the few Cúpla Focal that I know. And Cúpla Focal means couple of words in Irish, by the way. I know it sounds like a swear word, but it isn't. Somebody said Trippier is a solid player. I don't think anybody's saying that he isn't, but he's not a natural left back, whereas, you know, you would have far more natural left backs there with Ben Chilwell and Luke Shaw, and both of whom have had very good seasons as well. So yeah, no denying Chilwell. Look, he won La Liga with a good Atleti side. So, you know, I'm not in any way trying to say that Kieran Trippier is not a good footballer, but he's not a natural left back, so it just seems a strange decision to a lot of people. Love from Spain, said Liverpool 23. Love right back to you. I hope you're keeping well. Foxy Fortnite, how are you? Welcome in. Tyrone Mings rolls the ball across. Mount. Back to Trippier. 13 minutes on the clock at Wembley. Sun-soaked Wembley, I think it's fair to say. And I know I keep saying this, but you're going to have to keep bearing with me because it means a lot. How great is it to have some fans back inside stadiums? Oh, it really is what the sport's about. Like, no fans, it's just not the same. We've had to suffer, unfortunately. We've been blessed that we've had football. Don't get me wrong, I'm very grateful for everybody that kept the players safe, the officials safe, and let us have a league campaign and stuff this year. But it's just not the same, is it, without fans? Chris cheering on Poland. My next door neighbours are Polish as well, Chris, and always out in their Lewandowski shirts. Very proud Polish people and fine next door neighbours as well. Lovely guys. What are your thoughts on Sancho being left out? It's very strange, muscular endurance. It's very strange, mate. I have to say, I know A few people won't make the bench because you can't have the full squad on the bench, but you surely find a space in the 23 for Sancho, unless you're Gareth Southgate by the looks of it. Croatia again, the keeper clears it long. They haven't really got going from an attacking perspective at all, Croatia, have they? Ball back with Jordan Pickford at his feet. Now he goes out right hand side, but it's intercepted by Croatia. Very, very nice of Croatia to be playing in Liverpool's away kit, isn't it, folks? I mean, you know the way Nike love to share kits around. Again, England absolutely in cruise control so far in this. I've been impressed. I won't lie to you, good folks. I've been impressed. Trippier. Again, back with John Stones. Although, I've been impressed, but you do have to make this dominance count. So, if you're an England fan, you're saying, oh, very well and good, Craig, but we need to put the ball in the back of the net. And don't forget later on, ladies and gentlemen, the internet ain't ready. Honestly, it's not ready. Box office event that you don't even have to pay for. Myself, Mark Goldbridge, over on That's Football tonight at 8 o'clock for the Holland-Ukraine game. We'll be doing a joint co-hosting of the game together on That's Football. The internet ain't ready. There isn't enough banter. I mean, I've been sparring all night. That Nate Diaz fight got me hyped. I've been, moving, ducking, diving, doing me bits. Got the kids to banter me, the neighbours to banter me. I've been outside ducking and diving banters. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be great fun. I'm absolutely melting here. Don't forget I have a big shiny bright light bouncing off this big shiny noggin of mine as well. Trying to get fluids into me here. Can only imagine what the heat's like out there at Wembley. Anyway, free kick to England. It looks a bit far out for... Well, it looks very far out for a strike, to be honest. So you'd imagine they're going to try and drop this somewhere in and around the penalty spot. Let's see if they can make something. Croatia holding the line right on the edge of their 18 box. Ball played in. Offside given. I thought it may be a corner, but it looks like that the thing Kane went a little bit early. Referee signals an offside. Free kick to Croatia. He did go early. It was the correct decision with the line-out. Craig, they're singing about Scotland were in their heads. You love to see it, Scotty. There you go, mate. Well played. Always a good sign when someone else is singing about you, mate. You are in their heads. You're right, mate. Well played. They ain't ready for Robbo, Scotty, are they? They ain't ready. I can imagine the rousing speech that Robbo will give in the dressing room before that game. Again, folks, we're getting really close to hitting 110,000 subscribers here on Anfield Agenda. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you are new to the channel. And if you want to become an official member of Anfield Agenda, there is a link at the top of the live chat right now. It is $4.99 a month, but you get the best emojis in the game. You get the Anfield Agenda badge beside your name. Your name appears in green to me and other members. And you also get into our members-only Anfield Agenda Discord group, where you can chat with yours truly pretty much 24/7, because I don't really sleep much, me. Kane now, right-hand side. He's got the ball taken off him. Croatia have it, but again, the press comes on from England. They have it back. Foden now. Good work there by Harry Kane to win the ball back. Foden has it in a tight area, and fair play to the Croatia. I think it was Kovacic nicks it back off him. And then that's a bit of a heavy tackle. Referee points, gives a free kick to Croatia. We'll beat Scotland 9-0, said Mick Wall. Ooh, them's fighting words, Mick. Them's fighting words. I still love the Craig Ric Flair emoji, Liz. Still to this day, I see that one and it makes me smile. Calvin Phillips having a good start to this game as well. Hang on a minute here. Gareth Southgate hasn't even got a waistcoat on, and he calls himself a manager. No waistcoat. He's a fraud. Just for that reason alone. Now, I'm only joking, but it is weird seeing him without the waistcoat in an international tournament. I thought that was his thing. Too hot today, probably, for the waistcoat. Declan Rice now. Ball out left-hand side. Mount. Rice again. Referee signals he's playing an advantage here to England. There was a foul, but England still in possession. John Stones. England forced to go back. It's back with Jordan Pickford. They move it into the left channel now. Raheem Sterling. Ball inside to Harry Kane. Brings it under control. Lays it off to Mason Mount. Mount, great ball in that to Sterling. Sterling inside the penalty area. Again, it's always that final little ball for Sterling, isn't it? Or the shot that lets him down. He does well, controlled it really good in the tight area, but that last ball, he was trying to dink it wide to a player and just didn't get the elevation on it. Harry Kane is never in the box. It's so annoying. I've noticed that a lot. Now, I thought it was just a Spurs thing at first, Michelle. He has been coming deeper a lot to get involved in games, and as you said, he should be in the box there. But whatever he's doing, I'm sure it's under the instruction of the manager. So I'd imagine it's to create space as well, to drag centre-backs out with him or a player out with him as he drops into the hole to try and create space in behind for that ball over the top, which has worked in fairness on a couple of occasions so far. Yogamon, how are you? Good day, Connor and Craig from North Carolina. How are you, my man? George, you're 9 seconds ahead of me. Bear in mind, buddy, that there is... Oh, you'll tell from my clock, I suppose. But there is a delay, mate, with YouTube. So, you know, I am watching it. It is mad how that works, though. You are right, often in parts of the world. Even though I'm watching it on BBC, you could be very well a few seconds ahead of me, mate. So no spoilers from you, buddy. No spoilers. Would I have Kane at Liverpool? I don't think he would be... Any team would have Kane, let's be fair, but... He wouldn't be the striker that would be top of my list for Liverpool, but, you know, any team would, with Kane in it, would improve the team. There's no denying that. You're ahead of me because of adverts. I don't know what that means, Mick. There's no ads on BBC, mate. I'm confused. But either way, it doesn't matter. Mario, how are you? Nice to see you as well. Paposi is going for a 2-1 win for Croatia. What's my score prediction and end of group prediction for England? I think England will win the group, and I think England will win this game by 2 goals. I think I went 2-0 earlier on in my England prediction. Morning to the WFM family. I love that, Kamal. The WFM family. Well played, my man. From Washington, D.C., go Croatia, he said. It's alright, mate. I'm Irish. You're not going to be insulting me. Don't worry about that. Sean Connolly said England last. You love to see it, Sean. Well played. I'm gathering you're a fellow Irishman. Sláinte. I'm having a coffee, folks. I need to get something into me to wake up. Still have this mug that Connor bought me when we were in Florida, and it says just another sexy bald man. It's from Shrek. I don't know if he was trying to tell me I look like Shrek, but there you go. Croatia now on the attack down the right side. Player goes to the ground like he'd been shot. Referee didn't buy it. And England in possession. We've had a quarter of the game here at Wembley, still scoreless. Who's Ireland playing in their group? We're in the different tournament altogether, mate. You've probably never heard of it. It's so secretive that you probably wouldn't have heard of it. But yeah, let's just say it's out of this planet. I don't know where I'm going with this. I've kind of painted myself into a corner here. Oh, Modric. I thought that was a free on Modric, to be fair. Referee waves it off and England carry on, but I thought that was a free on Modric. Ball goes all the way back to the Croatia keeper now. Why does he go by Mark Goldbridge when his name is Brenta Cesar? So before he worked in this industry, he was, I think he said this on plenty of shows before, so I don't think I'm talking out of school here. He worked as a police officer, and I think it was just for privacy reasons and stuff like that, and you know, he searched for a name that nobody else was using or had and came up with Mark Goldbridge, and I think the rest is history. So yeah, that's it. That's why he does it, because he obviously, as a police officer, he wanted security, and he wanted to remain anonymous, which is absolutely fair. I mean, a lot of people use, don't want to say stage names, but you know what I mean, Chris. My name is actually my name, though, because I'm not that important that anyone gives a fuck about either way, mate. So, plus, if they show up at my door, wrong fucking call, I promise you. So, ball to the far post. It's overhit. It goes behind for an England goal kick. It is a really good fake name. You're right. It's a great fake name. Craig, keep grinding, bro. Thank you, official Eves Basuma. Yesterday, I'll tell you what, folks. You'd be proud of me yesterday. I worked my little backside off. Double stream on That's Football for the Euros. Then I was back at 10:15 on Anfield Agenda last night, doing a very, very late night agenda. Then I've got this game to do today, and I'll be back on That's Football with Mark at 8 o'clock for the Netherlands game against Ukraine. Craig's a nice name. I was supposed to be Dean, actually, believe it or not, Isa, but there was a Dean born in around the same time as me in the estate where my parents lived, so they changed the name and called me Craig. If I was a girl, I was going to be Kira, by the way. Only 224 people watching this. Mate, yeah, it's because a couple of things. One, I ain't English. And two, every man and his dog is either watching the game on television, in the pub watching the game, or watching one of the 8 million YouTube streams of it. But it's okay, mate. I don't take I don't take any offence by it. You know, when we get back to talking Liverpool, our numbers will be right back up where they should be. This isn't our bag. We're a Liverpool channel. But our sponsors asked us to do watch-alongs of the Euro, so we have a great working relationship with them, so we said, no problem. Great to see happy fans in the crowd as well, dancing around and singing. Ball into the right channel. Tyrone Mings does well here to cover it defensively for England. Ball up the pitch, but Croatia have it back with Luka Modric, aka the world's best Gael Platt impersonator. He's an amazing footballer though, Modric. What a career he's had. Thoroughly deserving of that Ballon d'Or that he won as well, in my opinion. Do I live in Dublin? Not anymore, mate, no. Not anymore. Oh, shite. Strike over the bar. It wasn't a great strike. Thank you for the super sticker, Yves Basuma. You're top man. Really appreciate it, mate. Not the real Yves Basuma, of course, but the official Yves Basuma. Thank you, dude. Much appreciated. Would I like to see Jordan Henderson get some minutes? In my mind, Jordan Henderson getting the least amount of minutes possible in this tournament is would make me happy, because I want him back at Liverpool. I could not give a shite what he does for England. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me a little bit of a segue here. I'm drinking me coffee here, right? But I'm wondering if I'm alone in this. Is anybody else not a fan of hot coffee? So I drink my coffee lukewarm. I let it cool down because I just can't. It just tastes better to me when it's lukewarm. Anybody out there? I know you can have iced coffees now, but anybody out there similar? I know it's a bit of an odd question, but there you go. I don't use the commentators on the TV. I just use you as a commentator. James, that is music to my ears, mate. Well played. Hot coffee for Mr. Basuma. Trevor hates hot coffee, not a fan of coffee in general, said George. Yeah, nor's my missus, mate. My missus will be a tea drinker. I don't drink coffee or tea, said Sean. It's more sweet, isn't it? I don't know, mate. I've one sugar in my coffee. If it's black, it's got to be hot. I don't think I've ever drank a black coffee in my life. I need a little drop of Bonya, or that's milk, by the way, in my coffee. Same here. There you go, Mario. Good man. Craig, delete your channel. It's bad. How about suck my nuts? They're wonderful. Does that work? How about you do what you want, mate? I'm not going to delete my channel because some little no-mark that I've never heard of in my life wants me to. I'm going to be here a very long time, mate. And those numbers are just going to keep ticking over. So, but thank you for letting me know that I'm in your head, mate. It means a lot because I'm in your head. In your head. Nancy, Nancy, Nancy. Oh. There you go. I've reworded that one just for you, mate. But, you know, you can thank me later. Do I think Jude Bellingham should have started? I mean, yes, of course. I'd be somebody that just wants the best 11 players out there. How many subs are you short of 110k? I don't know. I haven't looked, to be honest. Are we close to 110k? I think we're about a 200 away, I think. Something like that. Do I think Stephen Kenny needs to go? I don't, to be honest. I think it's just... It's not a great time. And I like that Stephen Kenny's given a chance to the younger players. But it needs to be... There needs to be a rebuild from the ground up in Irish football. Excuse me. And to be honest with you, I'm still angry at the treatment of Brian Kerr from the FAI, going all the way back to that. Have I got the new Liverpool shirt? Yes, I have to admit, I do have it. I haven't worn it yet, but it is up in the wardrobe. I did buy it because I need something to wear during the season, next season. Do you know what I mean? On streams, I have to have... I call it my uniform. Do I think it's coming home? If France is home, then yes, it's coming home. Kyle Walker goes upfield. Does it take a little knock? No, goes straight at a play, throw into Croatia. We are at the half-hour mark, folks. Still waiting the first goal. Here at Wembley, England 0, Croatia 0 in the opening game of England's Euro campaign. Do I think Ireland will get to the World Cup? I don't, if I'm being honest. I hope so, because it's always amazing to see the Green Army invade any city, mate, and serenade people on public transport and do all the things that us great Irish fans do. So I hope so, but I doubt we'll make it. Always happy to interact, Rabbi. Always happy, my man. Always happy. Croatia's starting to get back into the game a bit now. Maybe they're warming into it. Maybe they just needed the first 15-20 minutes to get going, but they are starting to see a little bit more of the ball now. Cross in, cleared by Tyrone Mings. I'm on that, Craig. France for the Euros. I think if you beat France, you're gonna win the tournament. That's the way I look at it. They're definitely the favourites. Declan Rice back now doing some defensive work, and he clears it long for England. Croatia regather and go back to the keeper. Nearly got my first coffee into me, so my brain's at about 33.4% right now awake. France or Portugal, two very good squads, Finn. Two very, very good squads, mate. I don't think you can call Italy dark horses though, Adam. I've had this conversation. I agree with you in that they're a very, very fine team, mate. 27 game unbeaten streak now under Mancini. So yeah, I don't think we can call them dark horses, but I do understand where you're coming from, and I do agree with you. There's certainly a squad that's better than the individual sum of their parts. We've got a no Saka, no party comment in there as well. I'm a big fan of Saka, I have to say. I think he's a wonderful footballer. I wanted Liverpool to snap him up before we signed the thing at Arsenal. Lukaku for the golden boots at Bassett 12. Do you know what? I think I've told you guys before, I went onto the Boyle Sports app before the tournament looking for a few specials. You know, as you do. You want to have a little bet that keeps you going throughout the tournament. So one that I found before the tournament started was it was 14-1, and it was for Lukaku, Kane and Ronaldo all to score 4 goals each minimum during the tournament. I couldn't help myself. I thought that was a very good offer, 14-1, and Lukaku bagged himself 2 yesterday. So you know, if Kane could get himself on the score sheet today, it's looking decent. South Africa's in the house. Nathan, how are you, my man? Welcome, I hope you're well. Greeley should be in the starting 11. Jeff, I agree with you. I absolutely do. Raheem Sterling has the ball now. He goes back to Phillips. Or to Trippier, excuse me, who goes to Tyrone Mings. My friend's a Liverpool fan who wants Klopp to go. Wow. I mean, I don't know where to go with that, mate. I'm sorry. It's I think he's very much in the minority. Very, very much in the minority on that one. But it's your friend, so I won't speak badly of your friend. Bamford or Ollie Watkins? Ollie Watkins every day of the week. Every day of the week. I have to say, Phil Foden is just a damn fine footballer, isn't he? And as I said before, he gets super bonus points for me for the Gaza-esque haircut, but he's such a good footballer. Would I take Rice at Liverpool? I don't think we need him. I don't think we need that type of midfielder when you've got the man that is Fabinho. So, look, he's a very, very good midfielder. I just don't think he's what we need at Liverpool. I think he'd be, best either staying at West Ham or moving elsewhere. It's not what we need at the minute. Mark Goldbridge wannabe mate. I'm not your mate, so stop calling me your mate. And I'm not a Mark Goldbridge wannabe. I'm the best in this fucking industry, bar nobody. So you'll find that out, mate. Me and Goldbridge will be together later on. You can call me a Mark Goldbridge wannabe all you want, mate. But at the end of the day, you'd love to be me, wouldn't you? You are there at night dreaming about being in the position I'm in. As Mammy tickles your belly and pats you on the head and tells you life's going to be alright, mate, you're sitting there dreaming about the influences, aren't you? It's lovely. I tell you, it's fucking great, mate, being in this position. The freebies come through the letterbox. People say hello to you when you're walking down the street. You've got friends all around the world. It's just a big love in, mate. It's great. And whether I'm a Mark Goldbridge wannabe or not, mate, I'm still a million miles ahead of you, you sad little clown. It's beautiful. And long may it live, mate. Long may it live. So I have to sing this. The referees are... I don't know why I banned the game in, but there you go. Jealousy is an ugly thing. It is. Some people are just too lazy to get up off their arse, Bernadette, and actually try and do something for themselves. I took my family's situation. I took us from, being in the poverty trap, and I worked my backside off to get to the level I'm at today, and I'm still going to keep working to get to a better goddamn level, and I won't apologise to anybody for it. I want to do best for my wife and kids, because my wife is a goddamn superstar, and she deserves far more than I can give her, so, yeah. Let the hate keep coming, because I'll keep smiling, and watching the stack grow. Ah! Am I from South or North Dublin? I am from the furthest point South Dublin in South Dublin. The last town in Dublin, mate, before you hit Wicklow. But now I live in Wexford. Copa America prediction. I don't think you can look past Brazil, really, can you? Are you leaving after summer? No, James. No, my wife said to me I'm not allowed to quit. So we're on, mate. I'm good to go. We're not going anywhere. Channel going nowhere. I'm going nowhere. Anfield agenda's going nowhere. You love to see. I hope you love to see it. Would I take Foden at Liverpool? You're goddamn right I would, mate. Absolutely I would. I mean, you never get him, of course, but would I have him? 100%. I'm not somebody who hates on good footballers. I appreciate the good players. Since you're Irish, who are you going for in the Euros? I'd like to see, of course, all the home nations do alright. You always do. Wales, Scotland, England. You'd like to see them all do okay. But my family genuinely go back and have Dutch roots. So let's just go Dutch. Do you know what I mean? I'll go with the Dutch. Listen to your wife. I usually do, Lupe. She's usually right anyway. So, she's upstairs listening now. I know she heard that, so I have to now say something just to put, make her feel like I'm not. She knows nothing, my wife. Knows nothing. I'm afraid now. When she comes in the chat, she'll kick my arse. Do I think Pickford should be starting? Look, I don't think Jordan Pickford's a great goalkeeper. He's a good shot stopper. But I don't buy into... I think there are better options for Southgate, but he's probably the most experienced. But I like to look at Johnston, I do. Do I think Daka can replace Origi? I hope Daka replaces Origi, Nathan. Yes, I do. But I don't know where he's going, so I won't lie to you. I'm not sitting here in full confidence thinking he's going to be a Liverpool player. I honestly don't know where he'll go. Your favourite ever Liverpool game? The Barcelona comeback. Yeah, even though I was in Istanbul, the Barcelona comeback, because I shared it with you guys, and it was amazing. Goldbridge versus you tonight. It's going to be great. This always does make me smile. I mean, yes, we have banter, of course we do, but we're good mates, so it's not going to be just me versus Goldbridge. There will be banter, of course there will, but we'll be talking football as well, which is the most important thing. But look, to be fair, I had to go across and give a masterclass, so it had to be done. It has to be done. The public need it, so I am doing what any dutiful goat does, which is go across and show the world how it's done. Macedonia's in the house. How are you, my man? Wish you every success in the tournament, mate. I'll be watching your game against Austria later on. Wish you every success. Kevin, I got nothing to say on that, mate. It's not my. It's nothing to do with me. I do my thing and I keep my head in my lane, mate. I don't comment on anything else. Of course, know all the stories and I know what's happened. I know everything. Of course, I do. But it's not my place to comment on anything other than my own work, mate. So that's all I ever do. Walker tries a cross, wasn't great. Goes behind, goal kick Croatia. Thank you for the super chat, Rattingdoll13, sending love to Christian Eriksen, and I absolutely back that sentiment, of course. I'm not going to lie, I was covering the game and I did fear the worst yesterday, but thankfully the medical team played a goddamn blinder, as did his teammates, as did Kjaer, and as did Kasper Schmeichel as well, and the referee Anthony Taylor. How quickly did he act yesterday? It was just well done all around yesterday, it really was. And so happy that Christian is in hospital doing okay. And lovely sentiment, thank you. Have I heard about Neymar against Nike? I have, yes. I did see the scenario. He's a Puma athlete now, isn't he? But, you know, there was an allegation made against them, obviously. And look, that's not my place to really talk about. But I am aware of the situation, yeah. Do you think there's a chance of Jude coming to Anfield next year? Do you know what, Kamal? I do, mate. I really do. Maybe a lot of that is just blind optimism, my man, but I do. July the 6th, I think, Carl H. for pre-season, if my memory's correct. Simon Kjaer was on the ball. Yeah, and look, anybody out there, hang on, there'll be a chance for England. Referee first yellow card of the game. Was this outside the box? I believe it was. Yes, it certainly was outside the box. It'll be a free kick to England right on the edge of the box here. Sterling fouled, and I think there was a handball in there as well. Calais Dakar picking up a booking, first booking of the tournament. Obviously you'll remember his name, Liverpool fans. He was sitting on a private jet waiting to make the move from Marseille to Liverpool in the January window. Didn't happen in the end, of course. What was he talking about there? Oh, CPR, yes, look. CPR classes are out there, they're available. First aid in general. I mean, if yesterday was a wake-up call to any of us, you know, make use of those classes. A lot of them are often free as well. So I'm embarrassed to say I don't know CPR. I do know where the nearest defibrillators are in my town, but other than that, you know, it's something I should really do as well. Right, we've got a free kick here to England in a very, very dangerous area if you're Croatian. Craig, you're such a great guy, so humble. The haters are jealous of you, keep working hard. They don't know me. If they know me, they'd like me, mate. Do you know what I mean? If they give me a chance to know me, they would say I'm a normal dude. But, you know, the haters are going to hate me. And I'm 40 years of age this year. I don't really care about them that much, to be honest. I like to have fun with them, though. Right, free kick. Trippier's over it. Mount's over it. Trippier straight into the wall. And it goes out for a throw-in. It's not great. Not a great free kick, but... Free kick to Croatia now from the throw-in. I think it hit Raheem Sterling's arm. So, looks like we're going to end the first half here scoreless at Wembley, folks. Seen a replay of this free kick. Yeah, good defending from the wall. Put his head on it. You're a hot coffee drinker. You've nothing to apologise for, mate. At least you're in the coffee camp. Shaw S. So, you're in my camp anyway, which is good. My wife's a tea drinker, which is embarrassing. It really is embarrassing. How am I doing? I'm good, thank you, SP4. I hope you are as well. I know it sounds like a strange prediction, but I think Jota could win the Golden Boot because he scored a lot of goals for Portugal. Look, I'm all for the goals winning a Golden Boot, mate. Am I staying on YouTube? Absolutely, 100%. Not going anywhere. I'm going to be upping the content levels this season, if anything, ladies and gentlemen. So, you know... Anfield agenda's going nowhere. I'm looking forward to the Reds being back in action. We'll be keeping you covered with transfer shows and gossip throughout the summer as well. Covering the pre-season. Everything Liverpool related. We got you covered. Don't worry about it. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm I'm at the happiest point I've ever been in my life right now, and I'm feeling the vibes. Croatia have it now left hand side. Chance maybe just before half time to get a ball into the box. WFM, you love to see it. I love when people don't know what WFM is. It's our little community thing, isn't it? Have I ever been to Dundalk? Yes, I have. And funnily enough, actually, Boyle Sports are based in Dundalk, although I haven't been to their offices yet because obviously of the pandemic. But I've been to Dundalk on a few occasions. Myself, my wife spent a weekend up there a while back. We were in, I can't remember what hotel it was. Sprina! What hotel were we in Dundalk? The Crown Plaza in Dundalk, yes, that was it. I knew it overlooked Dundalk's pitch, actually, that's all I remember. But yeah, we were up there before, mate. I am. I'm the gaffer. There's my Dundalk impression for you. Chris legit with the WFM emojis as well as Bernadette, well played. Yes, Kevin, my man, well in. Where am I from? I live in Gorey now, mate. I live in Gorey in Wexford. Half time, ladies and gentlemen, at Wembley. Let me just stop the clock. But I'm originally from South Dublin, mate. From Shankill, to be precise. Shaw should be starting over Trippier. I think most of us would agree with that, mate. Or Chilwell. Either one. Who do I want Liverpool to buy this summer? I love the idea of the Patson Daka thing. I just want another forward, be it a wide forward or a central striker. And potentially a midfielder. And look, the Neuhaus stuff is looking interesting. That seems to be gaining a bit of momentum. Sabrina better than Alexa or Siri. She's 100% better. I'm telling you, you're spot on. I can ask. I'll tell you. I think I've said this to you before. I've had 54 or 55 cars now in my short life. And she remembers the reg of almost all of them, whereas I don't even remember the colour of a lot of them. But then again, if I ask her to go to the shop and get something, she'll forget it. She's got a great long-term memory, but a short-term memory like a goldfish. Where are you originally from, Craig? My mother's womb is where I originated, mate. Then I moved out of my mother's womb and I grew up in Shankill in South Dublin. Mark just said on his channel that he wants Shaw. Do I agree? Yes, I do agree. Luke Shaw has had an absolutely cracking campaign for Manchester United this season. Deserves all the plaudits that come his way. I thought he was sensational for them, so I think he would. It depends what he wants. You see, if he wants more going forward, Shaw's your boy. If he wants somebody to burst along down that left hand side, but Trippier seems to be more reserved in the way that England are playing. So yeah, it's Southgate being a little bit too defensively minded again for me. 54 cars. Did you crash most of them? I crashed when I was 19. And I wrote one car off. It was a Fiat Punto actually. But no, I've just used to flip them, buy them, sell them, buy them, sell them, buy them, sell them. Anyway, to try and make a few bob when you've got a young family and stuff over the years. You do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? You hustle, don't you? I want you to succeed. I admire your hustle and grind. Thank you. That means a lot, buddy. Really does. Thank you so much, Trevi Trey. Thank you. I'll tell you what. I don't know if I'll succeed or not, mate. I can't make that promise, but I tell you, I will. I can promise you the grinding part. I'll keep working at it. Lemmy, lovely to see you, and as always, Lemmy from Hamburg said, "Hi Craig, great show as ever." Thank you, mate. I would do some type of a dance or something, but I won't lie here. I am absolutely sweating. Any plans to see Liverpool play this season? Oh, I certainly hope so, Carl. We do have a very kind subscriber that offered us season tickets to one of the games before lockdown, and it was 2 weeks before. It was the Villa game. It was supposed to be in the April, and we had our flights booked, our hotel booked. This subscriber very kindly was giving us use of 2 season tickets, and we didn't get to go. So yeah, we're hoping to get over, of course, as soon as possible. But I also want to get over for the AJ fight in September. I mean, every part of me wants to get over to see him fight Usyk in London. Your work ethic is inspiring, honestly. Do you know what? That's so weird to hear because I am, and I will openly admit this, the laziest son of a bitch that you will ever come across in your life. I am so lazy I will shout for a remote control that's across the other side of the room rather than get up and get it. But when it comes to this, I don't see it as working around. I see it as chatting with mates, and I see it as coming on and chatting with friends. That's all I see this as, and it's why it never seems like work, because it's not. It's fun. It's enjoyable. I love it. I love you guys. Hope you saw my comment on the latest football video. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Josh, mate. Buddy, I do try and read as many comments as I can, but as I hope you'll understand, I often don't remember who writes them all, but I really do appreciate everyone that has something kind to say. What channel are you watching the football on? I've got it on BBC, mate. BBC. Thoughts on Conor McGregor? In what sense? You know, as for what he's done for himself, and again, that's amazing to see somebody go from being on the dole, you know, through hard work, guile, craft, and as a great showman and as a great seller of his fights. I don't begrudge him a goddamn penny. Some of his antics outside the octagon, okay, fair enough, they haven't been great, but I'm always proud to see any Irish person doing well, always. But nowhere near as proud as I am of Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor's the GOAT for me of Irish sport. I absolutely idolise the girl. She's amazing. And yeah, I mean, how could you not? Katie Taylor, the GOAT. Like, she's a machine. I don't know if a lot of you know this, but she played international football for Ireland as well before she fully focused on boxing. And I mean, it was the right decision, obviously, but you know, she just would have been a successful footballer as well. She's just got the work ethic, the determination, and she's just a superstar. I mean, we're so proud of her here in Ireland, and rightly so. I like the positivity of the chat. International football does bring everyone together. This is how our chat is most of the time, Adita. As you know, we do our best. We do our best to keep it positive. Rachel Blackmore as well. Kevin, was she the one who defeated Dubois' sister recently to qualify for the Olympics and win the gold medal in the qualifying tournament? In which case, congratulations. That was a great achievement as well. You've got a picture with Katie Taylor. That's class, mate. I've a couple of little Katie Taylor bits myself in the house. We've got a signed Katie Taylor glove, and we've got a signed copy of her autobiography, or her book as well. And my father-in-law's friend used to train Katie Taylor on the football side of things. Obviously, her dad was her trainer on the boxing side of things. But yeah, what a superstar. What an inspiration she is for any athlete. Craig, if I were Phil Foden, I'd be at home polishing my UEFA Champions League winners medal. Look, Phil Foden, yeah, he's got no Champions League medal to polish. The runners-up one, as you know, but look, Phil Foden's a fine footballer. I love the banter there, by the way, well played. Euros and World Cups, the only time Man United fans are my friend. We all support England, said Mr. Frodo Baggins. How are you, sir? Nice of you to drop in from another realm. Yeah, look, it is great to see everybody coming together in positivity. You know, the world needs a lot more of it. We've been through a lot of negative stuff, haven't we? Through political stuff, through the lockdown. Oh, it's just great to see some positive vibes around again. Don't forget, if you fancy a little flutter on the second half, folks, if you think maybe Harry Kane's going to open the scoring or there'll be a penalty in the game, get yourselves over to the Boyle Sports app. They are our sponsors of all the watch-alongs here throughout the Euros. You can download the Boyle Sports app completely free from the App Store, Google Play, Apple App Store, doesn't matter which one. Loads of special offers, loads of enhanced prices, and of course they have the €10, £10, no lose offer around every single England game as well. Thoughts on Troy Parrott and Jason Knight? Great to have some Irish attacking talent coming through. Yeah, it's great to see. Good to see Troy Parrott get those couple of goals recently as well. Have I ever been to any Ireland matches? Let me answer that with a picture or two. Of course I have, mate. You know, I am media, so you know I am in there with the media, where I belong these days. I've dragged myself far enough up the ladder to get some media credentials. But yes, we do go to some Ireland games, mate. There you go. Us inside the Aviva, doing our thing. You can't see the pitch there, obviously, because it's green on the green screen. But yes, mate, we absolutely do go to some Ireland games when we get a chance. Of course we do. This is my favourite one, by the way. Again, you can't see it because it's green. But yeah, I've got loads of pictures of me at Ireland games. Of course I've been to some. Oh, the first female jockey to win the English Grand National. Sorry, I'm not into horse racing, Kevin. But yes, that was a tremendous achievement as well. Absolutely. Love to see Irish athletes doing well. Is Roy Keane the best Irish player of all time? He's certainly on the list. I mean, I would say he's not my favourite. I do like Keane, though, don't get me wrong. I would say the answer to that question is Liam Brady, personally. A little bit before my time, Brady, but for me, my favourite player is Paul McGrath. I love Paul McGrath. I have such a soft spot for Paul McGrath. Who's my favourite footballer of all time? The wonderful, and sadly no longer with us, Diego Armando Maradona is my favourite footballer of all time. Followed by Lionel Messi. Favourite Liverpool player of all time? God, Robbie Fowler. Wait, Northern Irish or Irish? Irish. If you're talking Northern Irish, of course it's George Best. That's absolutely the answer up that north side of the border. Oh, Kevin McGrath in the Giant Stadium in USA 94 when we beat Italy 1-0. Paul McGrath, I think he was 34, 35 years of age at the time, riddled with injuries throughout his career. And he put on a defensive masterclass against the Italians. It was one of the greatest, if not the greatest, defensive Irish performance I've seen. And Paul McGrath was at the heart of it. I love him. I love him so much. I don't fanboy many people, but I'd love to sit down and chat with Paul McGrath someday. And you know what? The really funny thing is he lives in the same county as me in Wexford. So hopefully someday I'll get the chance to sit down and chat with Paul McGrath because I idolise the man. I love him because of his flaws. I love him because he's like the rest of us. You know what I mean? And fingers crossed someday I can get that interview. Do my kids support Liverpool? Yeah, of course they do. Did you think they were getting any other option? Mate, they were indoctrinated from an early age. As soon as they came out of the womb, they were wearing Liverpool kits. All I was short of doing was putting them on before they'd even cleaned down the two kids when they were born. As soon as they came out, I was almost standing there with the Liverpool kit ready. Do I ever follow Gaelic football? I watch it, yes, if I do. Played it all the way through primary and secondary school. Captained my secondary school as well. We play Gaelic at a good level in our school, but I wouldn't say I'm a huge Gaelic person. No, I'm a glory hunter for the Dubs, of course. Would like to meet you one day in Ireland. Should be allowed to travel. Absolutely, Vernon. We're hoping to get out and about and meet up with people as soon as possible. It's been far too long. We want to get over to the UK. We want to get over to the States. We want to get over to Spain. Somebody hit me up the other day to say that there's a Liverpool supporters bar in Mallorca that they'd like us to pop over to. And we'll always do that. So if you run a supporters club or you run a bar somewhere in Europe and you'd like to have Anfield Agenda, myself and Connor and the gang come over, do a live show, podcast, something like that, hit us up. We'll do it just for the bands. Do you know what I mean? We're not prima donnas or superstars that will be demanding a whole lot of everything. We just love to get out and about and meet Liverpool fans. What school were I? Outlands, Mark. Outlands in Slorgan. Really enjoy your channel, Craig, as I live in Australia. Oh, that's really nice, mate. Thank you, Will. Very, very kind of you, buddy. And we've got loads of great Aussie Reds that come in and watch the channel, mate. And yeah, very grateful. Very grateful for your support, Will. Very grateful for everybody's support. How long till the second half? I'd say about 2 or 3 minutes, mate. 2 or 3 minutes to go. Kane and Mount have been on. They have, yes. Will they ever come down to Kerry? I'm ashamed to say, Adam, I've never been to Kerry. It's one of, I think, maybe 2 counties in Ireland I've never actually been to. But yes, of course, mate. Everywhere in Ireland's on the table for us to come and visit. Southside, Jesus. We were Southside, Mark, yes. I'll tell you though, we did play one school and I'll never forget it because I'm trying to think of the name of the school now, but my God, they tried to intimidate us, mate. They had the whole school outside around the pitch, threatening us, booing us. Rosmini. Rosmini was the name of the school. A CBS Rosmini or CBC Rosmini or something like that. And we beat them, so ha 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 ha. But, you know, I was nervous, I won't lie to you, mate. There was a lot of intimidation going on that day. Vernon said, I'm in Cape Town, South Africa, would love to visit Ireland. It's a beautiful, beautiful country, Vernon. Certainly say go around the coast of Ireland if you're here, all the way around, right up from Belfast, all the way down southeast, all the way down southwest. It is just beautiful, but it can be a little bit expensive, mate. So that's what I would say is I always feel a little bit embarrassed at hotel prices and stuff in Ireland. I think a lot of them can be overpriced. So, but definitely a beautiful country and certainly worth a visit if you ever get a chance. Right, the teams are coming out, ladies and gents, for the second half. Don't forget, you've still got time to get over to the Boyle Sports app. Get yourself a little flutter on if you fancy something here for the second half. Maybe Kane to score the first goal or anything like that. And look out for some enhanced special prices as well. And always gamble responsibly. Always. I know that's a phrase that's bandied around, but I sincerely mean it. You know, they only want you putting on £2, a £5, small little bets to make it interesting. Don't be losing the rent money or anything like that. Nobody wants anyone going down that road. Specifically me. I want you to just enjoy it. Add a little bit of enhancement if that's your thing. If it's not your thing, great. Stay here with me. We'll have some fun. What do I think of Norway? I've never had the pleasure of being, mate. Never had the pleasure of being. Have you been out to League Slip? Yes, played out there many times, mate. Played out against League Slip many times. Right. Croatia going to be getting us underway here in the second half, playing from right to left as we await the opening goal of England's Euro campaign. Referee doing his final checks. And run away. Croatia moving the ball around. Did anybody else watch Modric's press conference? You could tell that he was annoyed, but he was trying his best to show that he wasn't annoyed, but definitely felt like the media were sleeping on Croatia a bit. Good defending that by John Stones under a bit of pressure, I think. Oh, bit of a deflection, but it goes into the arms of Jordan Pickford. Look, you can see how red Pickford's face is there. He's obviously felt the sun in the first half, but he looks like he's more covered in shade here in the second half. Perisic with the block down there. Tyrone Mings now has it left side for England. Again, folks, please do keep hitting that subscribe button. Every single one gets us closer to 110k, so it really does mean a lot to us. If you have a second, please just hit the subscribe button and drop a like on the video. You've been playing at League Slip for the last 15 years. They had a nice setup, mate, as well, out in League Slip. It was, I was always very, very impressed with the setup that they had out there. Arklow Town was another very good setup as well. What do we think of the second half? I still think England by a couple, to be honest, but Modric looked pissed off in the interview, said Liz. He definitely did. Now, when I say I played out in League Slip, Jordy, I was when I was younger, back in the DDSL days, mate. You know, I was probably up to the age. I think we stopped playing League Slip, I think when I was 15, because we moved up to the Premier and League Slip weren't in that at the time, but certainly had many games against League Slip. Who do I want to win the Euros? I don't really have a preference, to be honest with you. I just want to enjoy some good football. I'd like an outsider. I think everyone always would like an underdog to do well, so I'd like an outsider to maybe spring a surprise. Darren said Liverpool's next signing needs to be Daka. If not, we'll be trying to play catch up with the rest of the teams. We certainly need to. We will get a bit of business done, mate. I mean, I won't lie to you, Darren, and say that I know whether we will or won't end up with Patson Daka, but I do have full faith that we've a couple of things up our sleeve. Have I been to Mayo before? No, that's the other county. Mayo and Kerry, two counties I've never been to before. I've been to every other county in Ireland. But my mate's getting married and he lives in Mayo, so I will be up in Mayo at some point if he ever actually gets up off his arse. And you know, he's collared his missus by getting engaged a long time ago, but he's yet to follow through with the date yet. The setup at League Tip has gotten much better. Long for town use it. Nice. Great to see. Love to see investment in grassroots football. You already, mate? Love to see it. What was the best Euros you've ever watched? It was Greece versus Portugal for you. Oh God. It's such a tough one. It's got to be Stuttgart. It's got to be Stuttgart in Euro 88 when Ray Houghton scored and we beat England, probably, to be honest with you. And immediately now, I've got the... Any Irish people will know what I'm on about with Christy Moore there. Immediately have that song in my head. The Dubs usually love coming to Kerry for the holiday, you're the odd one out. I don't like holidaying in Ireland, mate, I'll be honest with you. I like to get my arse out and get some sun, so usually for us it's straight to the sunny climate whenever possible. My wife's been to Kerry many times, by the way, I just haven't been. Oh! I tell you what, I thought it was a header back towards Pickford there, and he did well to come out because he could have easily been met with the Croatia player getting there ahead of him, so good sweeper keeper stuff there from Pickford. He stayed alert. Do I like pizza? My favourite food, man. My favourite dinner. Love pizza. Now, I am a boring SOB when it comes to pizza. I have all the ingredients out there in the kitchen actually to make myself one. I've got the base ready. We've got some really nice pizza sauce. I've got some buffalo mozzarella out there, man. You know, the pizza will be getting cooked after Goldbridge gets cooked later on. Did I ever play handball? I didn't, but there are loads, as you know, Brian. There are loads of handball courts around Ireland, dotted around the place. There was one right beside the school, actually, where my mates went to school in Glasstool. There was a handball court there. I think there's one in Dalkey as well, if I'm right. Did I see the YouTuber versus TikTok fights? I didn't see them, but I'd seen the results. I'd seen that Deji lost again. Yeah, no, I wasn't buying into that stuff. Damn right, George. Pizza is just a glorified cheese sandwich. You were defo watching yesterday, mate. Well played. Appreciate the support, dude. And I'm right, though, aren't I? It is just a glorified cheese sandwich. Anderson Gibb got robbed. I heard that, mate. I mean, yes. I didn't see it, but every single comment that I'd seen said exactly what you said, Dean, that he was absolutely robbed. They called it a draw, didn't they? And how they could give it a draw with the scorecards I'd seen, I'm still unaware of. But yeah, that was the general consensus. I like you much more than Goldbridge. Thank you. I appreciate it. Look, of course, Mark's a mate of mine and is great, but you know, I back my own banter. I back me. And it does annoy me when people call me a BTEC Goldbridge. I mean, I'm in the industry 4 years less for a start, but we're different. That's what I don't get the comparisons. We're different personality types. For a start, I'm more handsome. I mean, there is that. Look at this skin. I mean, Jesus. I should be doing Nivea ads. England moving the ball between the lines now. Kane moves it out right hand side to Phil Foden. They come out and double up on Foden. He right hand side of the penalty area, pulls the ball back. Back with Phil Foden. Walker goes back. The Stones, to Tyrone Mings. England move the ball across left hand side. Do I like men? If you mean from a sexual preference, no. I'm a married man and I've been with my good lady wife 20 years, 21 years this year. But if that was I like men as people, of course. I like everybody. Me, I'm a nice guy. But no, my sexual preference is I am a heterosexual male and I am married, but I don't give a shit who loves who. As I said this many times on my channel, I want everybody to find love. If you're a man that loves a man, tickety-boo. If you're a woman that loves a woman, tickety-boo. As long as you find love in your life, I'm happy for you. And I don't care who that's with. You find love, someone that makes you happy, someone that makes you want to get out of bed in the morning. Or maybe not, do you know what I mean? That's all I'm ever interested in, man. People being happy. What English player would I take at Liverpool? Grealish. Didn't take me too long to answer that one. Very good, Mutz. I hope you are as well, and the family are good, but it's roasting in this room, mate. I won't lie to you. Do a Liverpool career mode on FIFA. I don't play FIFA, mate. Everybody keeps asking me to, and I could do, because, you know, we have got the computers in the house for the kids, but it's not really my cup of tea. Loved watching you and Kev yesterday. I wasn't on with Kev yesterday, Joel. I was on with Joe and Jay. You got on like a house on fire. I don't know which stream you were talking about, but yes, both lads were very nice indeed. It was nice to work with Joe and Jay yesterday. And thank you, Joel, as always. You're very kind with the super chats. But I don't... Oh, strike. Pickford gets behind it. I'm confused, Joel. You always send super chats, dude, which, by the way, is extremely appreciated. You should become a member, man. You should take that $4.99 and you get a whole month's membership with it. And there is a link at the top of the chat if anybody does want to become an official member of Anfield Agenda FC, and it is exactly the price of Joel's super chat there, and you get loads. You get into our Discord group, loads of stuff like that. You get the Anfield Agenda emojis, your name appears in green to meet other members, and you get the Anfield Agenda badge beside your name. Who am I supporting? I'm not supporting anybody. I'm just watching the football, mate, to see what happens. Foden and Sterling are terrible. I hate that I get to watch a terrible team like England, garbage country, thinks they're ranked. I don't get mad. That's a bit harsh. And to call Phil Foden terrible is ridiculous. To call Sterling terrible is ridiculous. So yeah, you lost me at that, mate, right at the start. What have we got? Johnny Boy LFC said, "Hi Craig from the north, how are you?" I'm good. And do you know what, mate? I can't wait to get my backside back up to Belfast for a weekend with me missus. I say this numerous times on the channel, but we're big fans of Belfast as a city. It's a cracking place. Really is lovely. You and Goldbridge are a good duo. Thank you. I've been telling them that for years, Carl. I've been telling them since the day I started making content. You and I, mate, will end up working together. I seen that it would work. And I know a lot of people... This is the truth about me, and Connor will tell you this. I've turned down the opportunity to work with loads of other big YouTubers because I don't think they'd be good fits. Some of them, of course, I've worked with some lovely people and I'm very grateful for that, but I've always known deep down that myself and Goldbridge were on a, I won't say a collision course, but we're on a... Oh! It's in! It's in! Raheem Sterling! England have the first goal of the Euros! Sterling 1-on-1, doesn't miss the target, and England are off. England are off. 1-0 to England. Raheem Sterling with the goal. Golazo! I don't know why I was going with that, but there you go. First goal of the Euros. Camera's even shaking. Look at the England fans going crazy there. It's great to see everyone celebrating in such sunny weather as well. 1-0 to England. They get the breakthrough against Croatia, and it is Raheem Sterling with the goal. Walker plays a ball through the lines. I can't see from the shadows. It was slipped through to Sterling. He's 1-on-1 with the keeper. It was Calvin Phillips with the through ball. Through to Raheem Sterling. Hasn't got much time. It takes a little knock off the defender, I think, as well, which goes past the keeper. It was a lovely through ball by Calvin Phillips. Fair play to him. And yet, it did. It took a little nick off the defender and it went past the keeper. And it is 1-0 to England at the Euros. Gareth Southgate celebrates on the sideline and England have the breakthrough. I can almost hear the "it's coming home" chants from here. It was a very good ball from Phillips, Kevin, you're right. He did very well. Raheem Sterling gets his goal. It is 1-0 to England. As I was saying to you a few moments ago anyway, I always knew we were on a... I won't say a collision course because that's not the right word. I always knew we'd do well if we ever hooked up as a duo to work together. because very similar goals, if that makes sense. Very similar, not personalities, because I think we're different, but I just thought we'd be a good fit. And I was telling Connor that from day one. And you know, you wish these things into fruition, and sometimes they happen, which is great, and I'm really looking forward to it. But this is my baby. The Anfield agenda is #1 priority always. Right, here we go. What have Croatia got? Can they get back into it now? Just over half an hour left. England obviously have their tails up after that goal. Phillips is a beautiful player. Said unique vibes. One goal and everyone's off. I know, Mark, but you have... Do you know what, mate? I'm always usually the first one to lash in the banter around that as well. But a bit of positivity is good right now. Anyone who's spreading positive vibes right now, I'm all for it, because we need it in the world, man. We need it. There's been so much doom and gloom over the last 18 months or so that I'm loving any positive vibes out there at the minute. Donny McDonald, of course I'll give you a shout out, man. How are you? I hope you're well. Enjoy the moments of joy, said Liz. Very, very wise words, Liz. Yes, that's what life is about, isn't it? It's creating these little moments, Liz, and looking back on them and having fun and smiling, and yeah, very well said. Sterling now comes deep, picks up the ball. Just over half an hour to go. Phillips moves it out left hand side. Trippier to Mount. Back to Kieran Trippier. Ball moved across now to John Stones. Referee playing an advantage there. Kane was fouled, but England retained possession, so the ref played an advantage. Eventually blows up. That was Kane's fouled again. Another free kick to England here. Half an hour to go. 60 minutes on the clock. England 1, Croatia 0. Raheem Sterling with England's opening goal of the Euros. Do you think Phillips is made for this England team? Look, he's had a cracking game. I mean, somebody asked me the question at the start, was he good enough to be in the team? And I said yes, and I think he's backed it up. He has really shown his quality there, isn't he? Moving balls around in midfield, finding the spaces, always giving himself as an option. Sterling now moves it left side to Mount. Mount pulls the ball across. Kane, oh! He hits the post, hopefully he's okay. Fair play to the keeper, he's immediately checking on him, but it was a half chance there for Kane. He couldn't steer his shot goalwards, and he did collide with the post. Sterling moved the ball out left hand side. Cross came in. Kane tried to get at the far post. To be fair, I don't think his head collided with the post. I think his arm might have taken the brunt of it, but let's have a little look. Couldn't keep his strike down. Oh, maybe his head did catch it actually. Hang on. He certainly collided with the post, but very, very close to making a 2 there for England, Harry Kane. He is receiving medical attention, of course. Could be a rib issue actually here by the looks of it. Certainly looks like it's his lower torso, right hand side. You wondering, is he winded or something like that? Now look, he's alert, he's wide awake. It wasn't a head collision, nothing like that. The work is something to do with his, around his stomach area, right hand side. Yeah, it did look like his ribs, Trevor. Good show. Again though, they're just trying to replay the goal. Great work from Phillips. Got away from his man, threaded the ball through to Sterling. Sterling hits his first time shot. It takes a nick off the defender, brushes the keeper and goes in, but you got to be in the right place at the right time. Sterling was, and it was a wonderful ball from Phillips as well. And England, as I said, got themselves off to a good start. Kane's alright, which is, you know, good to see. You never want to see a player going down injured, and ref waves him back onto the pitch. So, just to confirm, Harry Kane is okay and he is back on the pitch. I've got to remove this racist prick from the channel. Yeah. Anyway, we move on. I'm not even going to give him any airtime. Croatia now. Let's see if they can get back into it, because it's been all England. I have to say that England have dominated this game. Josh, no need to say sorry, dude. I'm happy to answer any questions, my man. Would you take Sterling back at Liverpool? For the right price, yes, I would. And it does look like he's... I wasn't happy with the way he left. Of course I wasn't, but I've always said I've understood his decision at that time, where Liverpool were and where he wanted to be. You know, it does look like maybe himself and Bernardo Silva could be available, but I don't think Liverpool could pay a wage that would entice Sterling back, because he's on what? I think 300 grand a week, 250, 300 grand a week, something like that at City. And you know, that would break our wage structure. Oh, what's that? The comment was nothing to do with me, mate. The comment was aimed at one of the England players, the one I spoke about there that I deleted. It wasn't aimed at me. I don't even want to say what the comment was, mate. I don't want to give the idiot the time of day, but it was nothing. It wasn't aimed at me in any way. It was aimed at one of the England players, and not that that matters. It was disgusting nonetheless, and I don't want it in our chat. Do I miss the Sturridge-Suarez combo? I definitely missed the Suarez, mate. Luis Suarez in his prime. Look, I'm not knocking Sturridge. Sturridge was class, but look, I'm happy with who we have. I mean, we've got Bobby Firmino, Diogo Jota, Mohamed Salah, and Sadio Mane, so I'm not complaining. Very happy to have them all at the club. Strike from Croatia. It's blocked. Second ball drops. Oh, can't quite get the shot controlled and drags it wide of the post. Half chance there for Croatia, but it safely goes behind. It's a goal kick for England. Hope Goldie is paying you well, mate. You deserve it. Hopefully grows your channel even more. I'm not somebody that's arsed about the money side of this, to be honest. And you know, it's not what I'm in this for. Of course, I want to make a living from it, and I'm not full time with this yet, believe it or not. I hope to be there very, very soon. But look, I'm always happy to work with good people, and Mark's good people, so happy to do stuff. Looking forward to it tonight. Free kick to England here in another dangerous position. But thank you for the kind words, by the way, mate. Really, really nice of you, Josh. Thank you. Would you want another backup keeper? It depends what happens with Queevy and Kelleher. I'm more than convinced that Queevy and Kelleher will be good enough to be the backup keeper, but you've got to mix that with not stopping his development as well, because he needs game time. But I think we can certainly do better than Adrian, mate. Yes, I agree with you on that. Marcelo Brozovic picks up a yellow card there for Croatia, and England have themselves another free kick. It's further out than the last one on the opposite side, but it's actually a better position to take a free kick from, because you've got more chance to get the ball up and down, and Mason Mount is over this one. Obviously Trippier had the first attempt. Mason Mount now with this one. Can he work the goalkeeper? Let's see. England have a wall in front of the Croatia wall. Mount steps up. Oh, I tell you what, he wasn't too far away. It was a decent strike that from Mason Mount. Went for the keeper's right hand top corner and just about half a yard over the bar. Good strike. I mean, the keeper had it covered. It was keeper side and he had it covered all the way, but decent attempt that from Mason Mount. Thank you, Josh. Much love, mate. Much love. Is Kelleher a future number one? Is he good enough? I can't answer to the number one part because Alisson's our number one. And Alisson should be around hopefully for a few years. But is he good enough? I believe so, yes. I know you might think I'm being a bit biased here because he's Irish and he looks a lot like Conor Crosby. But yeah, I do think Queefin Kelleher is a fine goalkeeper. Did you back anyone to win the Euros? No, I didn't. The only long-term bet I made in the Euros was the goal scorer when I was telling you about 14-1 for Kane to score 4, Ronaldo to score 4 and Lukaku to score 4. Marcus Rashford getting ready to come on for England now. He's getting some instructions on the sideline, so we'll be seeing Marcus Rashford introduced shortly. Goal kick to Croatia, which they're going to get on with quickly. They take it short. 22 minutes to go plus additional time at Wembley. England 1, Croatia 0. Raheem Sterling with the goal. Would I say England lived up to the hype this game? They've by far being the better team. I will absolutely agree with that. But they've got to see it out first. I mean, it's all very well and good into the lead. They've got to see it out though. And you know, they're looking rather comfortable. But just as I say that, Croatia get themselves a corner. Yes, Rashford is coming on, Mark. England having a corner to defend here first. Ball, talk to you soon, buddy. Have a good day. Who do I think he takes off? Yes, an interesting one, that. Does he go... Does he take Sterling off? Does he take Foden off? It'll be interesting. Anyway, here comes the corner. Modric puts the ball in. Pulls it right back to the edge of the box where the Croatia player comes with a late strike. But, yeah, never managed to steer it on target. Definitely one from the training ground that. Modric pulled it back to the edge of the box. It would have taken a worldie from there. But it goes wide of Jordan Pickford's right-hand post. And danger over. Croatia about to make a double substitution of their own. Brozovic going off to be replaced by Vlasic. And the second substitution for Croatia is Kramaric to be replaced by Bracalo, excuse me. Connor's just sent me some confirmation from the Croatia doctor, Morten Boesen, who said Christian Eriksen suffered cardiac arrest and that he was gone before he was resuscitated. The doctor went on to say that we got him back after one defib. That's quite fast. How close we were, I don't know. But the good news is, as I said, that he is in hospital recovering, which is the most important thing. He's in the right place now, and all the medical team, the referee, everybody played a blinder yesterday, and of course his teammates as well, and Simon Kjaer and Kasper Schmeichel. I mean, I can't speak highly enough of them all. The only ones that let themselves down yesterday were the BBC, in my opinion. And by that, I'm not having to go with the presenters or anything. It wasn't their call. But whoever the director was has some fucking questions to answer in my mind. Sorry, Danish doctor. Excuse me. My apologies. My apologies. It is, of course, the Danish doctor. Sorry. I've obviously got Croatia on the brain here because they're playing. But my sincere apologies. Obviously, it was the Danish doctor. Right, what have we got? England have had 57% possession, 7 attempts at the game and 2 on target. And thank you for the update on the substitution. Sakina, thank you. You got 18-1 on the Czech Republic reaching the semis, put €15 on it. You never know, as you said, absolutely much. You never know. There's always one surprise package in the tournament, isn't there? Good defending that from Kyle Walker as he heads it and then manages to clear his own clearance. It was Foden that went off for Rashford, just on the confirmation. So it was Foden. I thought it was going to be him or Sterling, to be fair. So Rashford on, Foden off. Just to clarify that one. And thank you as well for the updates in the chat, folks. Yes, I did. He did say he was gone, Quinch. That was the words that the Danish doctor used. And after one defibrillation, they got him back. But You know, I'm not going to speak on medical stuff because that was a quote from him. I'm not, obviously not a doctor. I'm not a gynecologist, but I'll have a good look. What have you think of Kaleda Carr so far? I haven't really paid much attention to him, Yen, to be honest. Nor do I think he'll be coming to Liverpool after we sign Canade. But I do know that he's highly thought of. Got himself. He's actually arguing right now with the referee, and he's on a yellow as well, so he needs to be careful. Does anybody else think that the Euros trophy is one of the ugliest trophies in football? I don't like it one bit. I mean, it definitely doesn't have the gravitas of the World Cup or the Champions League, does it? I don't like that the trophy at all. I think it's horrendous, if I'm being bluntly honest. Going to be doing a Wales game. Jack might be. I'm not going to be doing all the watch-alongs here on Anfield Agenda, David. Jack Gill will be doing some of them. Obviously, I've got to keep mindful as well to make... Chance there for England. Dropped to Sterling again, but he couldn't keep his shot down and he blazes it over the bar. Obviously, mate, I've got to keep some Liverpool content going out as well. So we'll be covering some of the Euros on here, but you know, not as in depth as other channels. We'll be doing, you know, the Portugal games, the France games, all the England games we'll be doing on here, and yeah, Jack will be covering some. I'll be doing some as well. It's ugly. World Cup is better. Agree, Sakina. The World Cup's a beautiful trophy. Addison says yes, it is. John Stones has gone down here, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. So he's going to need a bit of treatment. I'm not quite sure what it is. He seems to be holding his left leg. Did I ever watch F1? I watched it when I was younger, Adam. My son watches it now. He loves Lewis Hamilton. He's obsessed with him, always watching. But I watched it when I was younger, but I'm not these days so much. Will I be doing any LFC friendlies? Yes, definitely, Trevor. Definitely. There's talk of one against Rangers, actually. The League One trophy is one of the worst. I can't think, George, off the top of my head what it is. Actually, I have to Google it now. I have to have a little search of it, George. Hang on. Do you mean League in France or League One, as in Football League One, George, by the way? Oh God, yes. You're right, mate. That's a horrendous trophy. The Scudetto is terrible as well. Yeah, there are a lot of trophies that are questionable for sure. Definitely. I'm going to have a go pronouncing your name, mate. A lot of Watson? I hope I've got that somewhat correct, but thank you for your comment. Oh, the French one you were talking about, well, the English League one is horrendous as well, but the French League... hang on. Alright, let's have a look at this one. It's not great either, is it, to be honest with you? It's a very strange trophy, alright? Premier League trophy is amazing. The Champions League trophy is amazing. The World Cup trophy is amazing. Someone's saying the Nations League one is dreadful as well. I think the BBC commentary is the worst. I turn my sound on mute when Lineker speaks, said Trevor. I don't know why anybody watches any of the... I obviously know why you watch the channels for the games, but I think the level of punditry is shit. I think fan cams or, you know, fan zones should be just everywhere, because it's far more entertaining and fun to listen to than people who can't say what they really want to say at times and have to kind of hold their tongue and pretend not to be biased. Bias is what you want. If you're watching Liverpool, you want a Liverpool fan and an opposition fan bantering the shit out of each other. At least that's what I love. I used to love those fan zones on Sky. 13 minutes to go here at Wembley. I say here, I'm not sitting in my living room, but you know what I mean, folks. Again, we're closing right in on 110k, so if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do. Rice clears it for England. like the stream. Thank you, Edison. Another substitution for Croatia. Rebic gone off to be replaced by Petkovic. So Petkovic on, Rebic off. Substitution for Croatia. Also, while I was talking about Boyle earlier on, I forgot to mention, check out some special offers as well. Natalie Sawyer, former Sky Sports presenter, she's teamed up with Boyle Sports for the next year or so as well, and she's going to be putting special offers on, so keep an eye out for her bets. Obviously, Stevie G is fronting the campaign from an England side for Boyle Sports as well, so make sure, again, every England game Boyle Sports are going to have a £10 or €10 no-lose bet, meaning you can stick a tenner on the game on any market. If it doesn't come in, Boyle will refund you a tenner as a free bet. England fans happy as you would expect. Oh, glorious sunshine as well. I'm extremely jealous at the footy with the sun blazing. Yeah, I'd love to be at some live football with the sun beating down on me bald noggin right now. Why did you let Mark out of his basement? I had to, mate. Do you know what I mean? He was a very good boy though. He did everything that was asked of him. So yeah, I had to let him out because I'm working with him tonight, mate. We're doing stuff at 8 o'clock and that's football. Will you be able to meet Stephen Gerrard due to your Boyle Sports links? No, I won't. No. I will be doing some other bits and pieces though. Like they should be over at the World Grand Prix of Darts, which Boyle Sports sponsor as well. It's due to take place in Dublin, but there is a contingency plan if anything goes wrong there. So I'll be over doing a few bits in and around that, I think. But no, won't be lucky enough to meet Stevie G. Just joined the stream. How are England doing? They're winning and they're certainly on top. They've been the better team in the game. Happy day said Lineker doesn't hold a candle to Des Lyon. None of them to me hold a candle to the Bill Hurley and the Irish team over there. The Johnny Giles and Eamon Dunphys. That to me is just, you know, and also I think we were spoiled as Irish people growing up with some of the not giving a shit attitude from the pundits on Irish TV. I love the freedom that they got. Nah, Bill, he's a spoofer, but nah, he's a spoofer. Nah, but he's a fraud, but nah. Eamon Dunphy at his finest. Okie dokie, okay. Phillips best player so far, said Adam. Eamon Dunphy was brilliant. Do you remember the time where he came on and he was tired and emotional? I think you know what I mean by that. But that was the phrase that he used. I like to say that he was bevied up, but you'd never see it in the English media. You're right. And it was the freedom they had that was beautiful. It was. And it sprung après match and all that stuff as well, which around it was magnificent. Après match, one of my favourite comedy sketches or comedy groups of all time with regards to sport and stuff. Sketch groups. It was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, if you're talking about the actual best of the best, St. Greavesy back in the day. I used to love watching St. Greavesy. Oh, loved that. Get Jude to Liverpool. Kevin, that's a double choo-choo for me, mate. Double choo-choo. Harry Kane's going off to be replaced by Jude Bellingham. Obviously, Gareth Southgate's looking to just add a little bit more to the midfield to see this out. Kane, I need you to get me 4 in this tournament, mate. So, you know, you need to get your finger out and start that goal scoring. We leave it there, sir. Okay, Bill. Okie doke, okay. Live. Juventus, Sampdoria, Inter Milan. Oh, ball over the top, looking for the pace of Rashford, but it goes all the way through to the Croatia keeper. His name is Jude. Can you imagine though? Can you imagine Hey Jude belting out on the cop? No characters on TV anymore. I'm available. That's all I'm saying. Imagine they put me on Irish television or on any sports channel. There'd be a bit of life to it at least. But I'll probably also be fired within a day, to be honest with you. But they do need more characters on TV. You're right, and I like Richie Sadler as well. Actually, I think Richie Sadler makes good points. Oh, cross in here deep. Pickford comes and claims it though. Well held by the English keeper. I can see you as a weatherman, Craig, with a bit of humour. No, there'd be innuendos left, right, and centre, mate. If I was a weatherman, I can promise you that. Bleep button be a full-time job. 100%. I'll never understand why swearing offends people so much. I'll never understand it. It genuinely, from a language point of view, baffles me. Because, let's say I use swear words. For me, it's the intent of language that's more important than a single word. So, I could say to you, go and F yourself. And go F yourself, you clown. Not too bad. I could say to you, take a long walk and jump off a cliff. It's a lot worse. But apparently bad language is the reason. I don't buy into it. And I don't understand why people get offended by some bad language. I actually... and it's been proven, by the way, that people that use swear words a lot are more truthful. Joe Duffy, you're on Lifeline caller. Go ahead. We've Laura from King Cora Avenue here. Laura, Laura, how are you today? LFC TV should snap me up. From what I've been told, mate, I'm not exactly a favourite at LFC. Apparently they don't like me very much. But that's okay. I'm a bit Marmite, I get it. Ball into the box, well defended that. John Stones heads it back to his keeper and then squares up to collate a car for something. Fake politeness is more toxic. Yeah, I don't like two-facedness, Adam. I'm somebody who's quite blunt in what I say. If I don't like somebody, I'll tell them straight out, I don't like you. I don't see what the point is of lying to people. Did I ever phone up LFC TV? No, I have. Why would I do that? I have been asked to go on the 606 on BBC Radio 5 Live a few times and I always said no. Because I know I'd be on there within 2 seconds I'd be having a go at Savage. Four minutes to go. England 1, Croatia 0. You know, it's an edgy scoreline. Maybe that's just my sense as a Liverpool fan. 1-0 never making you feel comfortable. Ball through looking for Rashford again, but it's back with the Croatia keeper. They used to let you give your opinion after a match. Ah, interesting. Again, they'd need a bleep machine for me usually. But thankfully I have an outlet to give my opinions, which is good. And nobody can bleep me. Luka Modric now, centre of the pitch for Croatia, moves the ball out right hand side. Throw into Croatia. 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes plus additional time at Wembley. England with the slenderest of leads. A Raheem Sterling goal after a good bit of build-up play. Nice little ball through to him from Calvin Phillips as well. That ball goes behind now for an England goal kick. Mutt said, John, he was a good player. He's not a great player, John. He's no John Giles. I agree, Mutt. Yeah, it's just the best. We were so spoiled with RTE, with Bill O'Hurley and Eamon Dunphy and John Giles and Liam Brady, and it was just brilliant. It was just gold every single game. He's only got little arms, mate. He's only got little arms. Oh, the Origi moment. Never forget that, David. Never. Am I going to watch the North Macedonia match? I'm going to watch it, but I'm going to watch it like on my own here, like without no camera on. It's the only bit of a break I have today because I'm going to be on That's Football with Mark Goldbridge. The first time ever the two of us are going to co-host the game. Myself and Mark will be doing the Holland-Denmark game. Holland-Ukraine game, my apologies. Over on That's Football. So make sure you get over there, say hello, show me some love, because I'll need it, because it's his audience, so I need your love. So get over there, That's Football, 8 o'clock, the game starts, coverage will be starting at 7:30. Myself and Mr. Goldbridge, box office. It's what the internet needs, it's what football YouTube needs. The two goats stepping up together. Baldbridge was what they were calling me yesterday, which I thought was very funny. Your fantasy team is loaded with Macedonian players. Nothing wrong with it, mate. Nothing wrong with it, Adam. Get on that Goran Pandev Express. I've decided, by the way, that my favourite jersey of the tournament so far has been the Danish one. I love the Hummel stuff. I love the retro feel to the Danish gear with the Hummel and stuff on it. Definitely my favourite jersey I've seen so far in the tournament. I know Connor likes the Portugal one as well. Right, ladies and gents, we are now into the final minute of normal time at Wembley. England will just need to see out whatever Croatia are going to throw at them here for the remaining 30 seconds plus additional time, which we will find out how much of shortly. Craig, you should come to Anfield, do a meet and greet. We've done a meet and greet in Liverpool before. We did it at the Beer Keller in Liverpool 1. It was a good while ago. We were tiny at the time. But yeah, definitely going to be the plan, mate. Brian Kerr, après match. Any chance of a few sausage rolls? Richard done his young McPhail's arm off there in the bus. Yeah. And one of my favourites there, Kevin, was when someone said to him, what do you think the score is going to be, Brian? I don't know. I'm not one of those fortune tellers down there on Moore Street. I don't know. It could be 8-0, 12-all. I don't know. I just love it, mate. Après match is just gold, Kevin, isn't it? What was the other one they said? Richard Dunn, the heart of a lion, the arse of a rhinoceros. That was one of my favourite ones as well. Right, all eyes now to the fourth official to see what's going to be on the board. But before that, Dominic Calvert-Lewin is going to be brought on to, maybe just hold the ball up a little bit for England, give a bit of an aerial threat there for the additional time. Has anybody seen what the additional time is, by the way? I'm yet to see the clock go up or the board go up. And we're already a minute into it. So BBC, if you could let us know, that would be tickety-boo. Right, substitution. Raheem Sterling it is. I believe that's coming off to be replaced by Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Good day for Raheem Sterling. He just wants to give the captain's armband to somebody as he makes his way off the pitch. He's going to be replaced by Dominic Calvert-Lewin. There's a link in there as well to last night's stream. As Connor said, Neuhaus to Liverpool, ? New video there. Link gone into the chat. 4 minutes of additional time, ladies and gentlemen. 4 minutes has been added on. Ball's back with Pickford. He puts his boot through it, launches it long. Modric has it now in midfield. He moves the ball out left hand side. Back with Luka Modric. What have Croatia got here? Less than 2 minutes of additional time to go. Can they snatch a dramatic late equaliser, or will England see it out? Also, up at the top of there's a new video up on Anfield Agenda Extra, which is our short form content channel. Pinned to the top of the live chat right now. If you click on that when the game's over, it'll bring you straight to the video. We talk about Neuhaus and the links of him to Liverpool. So it is on our other channel, Anfield Agenda Extra. So make sure you subscribe to that and give that video a little watch and let us know what you think. And again, thank you to Connor for all of his hard work in the background. The clock ticks to 93 minutes, ladies and gents. A minute of additional time left to go at Wembley. England with the 1-0 lead thanks to a Raheem Sterling goal. Croatia trying to move the ball quickly now. Cole Walker does well though. Gets back and gives it back to Jordan Pickford. Pickford takes a touch, takes no chances and puts his boot through it. Goes straight out of play. It'll be a Croatia throw-in. Modric. Again, nothing doing there. It'll be an England throw-in and that should pretty much see it out for England. My God, it looks boiling there. It really does look roasting. Walker takes the throw-in, throws it long upfield. Croatia have it, they go back to the keeper. We've had the 4 minutes. All eyes now on the referee. Croatia launch it long. The ball goes out. We've had the 4 minutes. There was a substitution granted, so there will probably be a few more seconds. Croatia going for the long throw in here. Piling everybody into the box. Here comes the ball. Walker gets his head on it. It drops, shot over the bar. Referee blows the whistle. It is all over at Wembley. England have beaten Croatia in their opening game of the Euros by 1-0. Really appreciate you guys being with us. Don't forget to check out all the great special offers over on the Boyle Sports app as well. Don't forget the tenner, no risk bet around all the England games as well. They'll refund you your tenner if it doesn't come in. I'll be back on Anfield Agenda in the next couple of days. Keep an eye out. But tonight, 8 o'clock, 7:30 start for the show. Myself, Mark Goldbridge, on That's Football. I hope to see you over there. Most importantly though, folks, have yourselves a cracking Sunday. I'll talk to you soon. It's been lots of fun, lots of love. Congratulations to any England fans out there. Enjoy yourselves, enjoy the win. I'll talk to you soon.